Welcome to a transformative journey into the essence of silent attraction, where your presence alone can captivate a room. In today's video, we explore 10 socially attractive habits that will help you become effortlessly magnetic without needing to say a single word. These aren't gimmicks or shallow tricks. These are time-tested traits grounded in ancient wisdom, powerful enough to change how people see, feel, and respond to you. In a world obsessed with noise, loud personalities, and social media performances, it's easy to forget the profound power of quiet confidence. Imagine walking into a room and drawing attention not because you're the loudest, but because you carry something different, something deeper. That kind of power doesn't shout, it whispers, and when it does, the world listens. If you've ever felt overshadowed or overlooked, this message is for you. Because becoming silently attractive isn't about becoming someone else. It's about refining the best parts of who you already are, and letting your presence speak louder than your words. So let's dive into these 10 transformative habits that will help you turn heads without trying. 1. Unapologetically you. There is no greater magnetism than authenticity. Most people spend their lives trying to fit in, altering their tone, suppressing opinions, masking emotions, all in the hope of being accepted. But ironically, what makes you most captivating is your raw, honest, and unfiltered self. When you show up as yourself, quirks and all, it sends a subtle but powerful signal. I know who I am, and I'm not here to perform. True attraction starts from within. It begins with knowing your values, understanding your boundaries, and having the courage to express your truth, even when it's inconvenient. The most magnetic people aren't those trying to please everyone. They're those who radiate certainty in who they are. Ask yourself, what makes me feel alive? What do I believe in, even if no one agrees with me? When you express that inner truth consistently, not perfectly, but sincerely, you create a gravitational pull that's impossible to fake. 2. Let your style speak. Your story, your clothing, your grooming, your posture, they all tell a story. Even before you speak, the world listens to the visual language you carry. But here's the secret. Real style isn't about expensive brands or flashy trends. It's about intentionality, wearing things that feel right, that resonate with your identity, your energy, and your purpose. Think of your style as an extension of your spirit. When your outward appearance aligns with your inner values, it amplifies your presence. Whether you prefer simplicity or boldness, own it. Make sure every piece you wear tells the world, this is who I am. You don't need to scream for attention when your very presence whispers confidence. 3. Speak without speaking. Master your body language. You don't need words to leave a strong impression. Your body is always communicating, whether you mean it to or not. So the question is, what are you saying without saying anything? Stand tall, walk with intention. Keep your shoulders relaxed, but strong. Make eye contact that says, I'm fully here. Smile with sincerity, not out of politeness, but because you choose to bring warmth into the room. When your outer posture mirrors your inner calm, people feel it. You become someone they trust, someone they're drawn to. That's the power of body language, rooted in awareness and alignment. So check yourself throughout the day. Are your movements tight or relaxed? Are you shrinking or taking up your space? Every gesture matters. Make them count. For the signature scent of your soul, there's something unforgettable about a scent. It doesn't just linger on clothes, it stays in memory. The right fragrance doesn't scream, it whispers. It tells a story before you even speak. Choosing a personal scent is an act of self-definition. It's about finding something that matches your energy, calming, adventurous, grounded, mysterious, and wearing it intentionally, not excessively. Think of it as your invisible signature, a subtle imprint that leaves people wondering who you are, and why they remember you so vividly. Don't chase trends. Find a scent that's authentically you, one that speaks quietly but confidently. 5. Manners that leave a mark. In a world that's becoming increasingly fast, digital, and distracted, manners are a rare and magnetic force. But we're not talking about robotic politeness. We're talking about genuine grace. Being fully present when someone speaks, holding space, opening doors, offering help without being asked, listening not to reply but to understand. These moments of attentiveness are the true power moves. Because while others try to dominate conversations, you become the person people feel safe around. Grace is not weakness, it's elegance in motion. And nothing draws people in like someone who treats others with consistent dignity and depth. 6. Where your feet rue. Want to know what truly sets you apart in any interaction? Presence. Most people are everywhere but here, glued to their phones, planning their next sentence, or daydreaming their way through conversations. But you You have a chance to be different. When you are fully present, people feel it. When you give them your undivided attention, your quiet eye contact, your stillness, it tells them, this moment matters. You matter. Presence is rare. It's priceless. And it's unforgettable, so practice being here. Not just physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Let your presence speak volumes, without the need to raise your voice. 7. The allure of mystery. Not everything about you needs to be shared. In fact, the most compelling people are those who don't reveal everything right away. They're comfortable with silence. They're selective with their words. They let others wonder, and that wonder is magnetic. This isn't about playing games or withholding your truth. It's about choosing when and how to reveal yourself. About understanding that your depth is a gift, not a product for public consumption. Resist the urge to over-explain, to overshare. Let your story unfold naturally, one chapter at a time. In a world that overshares everything, a little mystery is gold. 8. Learn the language of humanity. Want to stand out without saying a word. Learn the language of the world, not just in words, but in cultural empathy. When you show an understanding of other perspectives, traditions, and experiences, when you express interest in different cultures, even if it's just a phrase or a custom, people feel respected. You show that you're not self-centered, you're curious, open, evolving. You don't need to travel the world to expand your mind. You just need the humility to learn from it through books, stories, conversations, and compassion. That kind of openness gives your presence depth, and depth is deeply attractive. 9. Compassion over charisma. Charm fades, but compassion leaves a legacy. At the heart of silent attraction is the ability to care, genuinely, quietly, without needing applause. When you check on someone without being asked, when you show up for others consistently, when your kindness isn't performative, but authentic, people notice. They feel it in your energy. Compassion isn't loud. It's not a social skill. It's a spiritual force, one that softens hard edges, bridges gaps, and heals wounds. Be someone who listens deeply, who shows patience, who doesn't rush to fix, but instead stays beside someone in their struggle. That is rare, and that is unforgettable. 10. Independence that glows. Here is one of the most magnetic habits of all. Being complete on your own, not arrogant, not cold, but deeply rooted in your own identity. You're not waiting to be saved. You're not desperate for attention. You're just whole. You live on your terms. You follow your own path. And that independence, that quiet self-sufficiency glows. You're not swayed by trends or gossip. You're guided by your own inner compass. You're not looking for validation. You've already given it to yourself. That kind of grounded independence, it makes people curious, it makes them trust you, and most of all, it makes them respect you. Silent attraction is not about saying less. It's about being more. It's about carrying yourself with quiet strength, moving with intention, listening more than you speak, and being so comfortable in your skin that others feel more comfortable in theirs just by being around you. So which habit will you start with? Let me know in the comments below, and if this video resonated with you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. You don't need to shout to be heard. You don't need to chase to be seen. Just embody who you are deeply, quietly, and truthfully, and the world will feel it. Thanks for watching. Fitsall Studio. Until next time, let your silence speak.